Hi, my name is Hagit Werner. I'm an architect and independent curator based in Tel Aviv. In this short presentation, I would like to present the idea of listening curation, a concept I've been developing through academic research and curatorial practice. Specifically, I want to address my latest project, Room 25, a sound-based gallery, and my thesis conclusion from my master in the program in Policy and Theory of the Art in Bezalel Academy. In my study, I found that even though the presence of sound in the visual art world is stronger and more prominent than ever, the tools for curators to deal with sound are minimal. Even though there are numerous publications regarding sound, they mainly focused on sound art history, on its aesthetic and philosophical perspective, and on its physiological and psychological effects. In contrast, publications and discussions of sound's curatorial aspects are underdeveloped, leaving curators unequipped for dealing with it. In addition, the lack of curatorial tradition related to sound may make it challenging to develop a sound-based methodological logic. Still, at the same time, the lack of this tradition allows us to explore new avenues for action, the possibility of expanding into new situations that go beyond the narrow field. In addition, instead of limiting curatorial practice to the walls of artistic institutions, sound-based curatorial developments can draw our attention to additional domains, audiences, surprising sights, and creative use of art. Available technology has a direct impact on the range of curatorial considerations, and it's not for nothing that one can find different exhibitions around the world that uses the same equipment and similar solutions. But despite the importance of technology, it alone is not enough to give curatorial answers. Since the heart of the matter is sound, the primary need is to develop a listening skill. First, for the curator, and in effect, it will develop the audience's skill itself. The listening curator listens without an interest. They pay attention to the feature of the place they're in, listening to its richness and consequently also to its potential, disregarding the natural tendency to classify and sort what we see or hear. No rush to impose a theme. It encourages procrastination and the collection of impression. To listen to the place and listen to themselves listening. The action of listening stems from the sight itself and not from the desire to compose work according to common sense. On the contrary, it is a practice that encourages the lingering urge to seek meaning and message from every possible channel, or at least to mitigate the need for interpretation and the identification of reference that place works of art within a precise logical and chronological sequence. One can say that a curator listens in an almost meditative state. Curatorial listening is an invitation to forget, or at least to pause, what is supposedly known in advance. It starts with suspending the action, doing or not doing the thing that is perhaps one of the hardest to implement, doing nothing, sitting still, listening, and being attentive to how the thing we listen to activates us. The context of listening reveals a different way in which the listening curator can finally act, how they can blend in, how they can add, tell, or point out to something that might slip away without proper attention. After presenting the idea of curatorial listening, we arrived to Room 25, a project where I've implemented these ideas in full. The project started after Mr. Mati Brudo, a big patron of the arts in Tel Aviv, offered me a tiny room located on the rooftop of a courtyard building in Tel Aviv, hosting a restaurant in the ground floor and various studios in the middle. The building is located in Herzl Street in Tel Aviv. It's the center of the center. It's a very, very noisy area. Well, I started listening. After a few weeks or a month or so, I've noticed that every morning I ride my bike from my apartment through Rothschild Boulevard to Herzl, and I hurry up to go up the stairs and close the door behind me. It became an escape into a room for me, and a place where I can forget the noise and the aggression from outside and relax. I understood that this is the possibility of this place, to be in a public place where you can escape into, a place where you can go and be with art. Because of the scale, which is very small, it's 3 meters by 3 meters, I knew that to make it an escape into a room, I can't be inside. That will miss the point. I enjoyed the space because I was there alone. It gave me the intimacy that helped me relax. So that made me develop the system that allows people to go inside alone. The entrance code, where you get by sending an email, and then you get an automated reply with the code and instructions how to get in. The scale of the room is very small. It's 3 by 3 meters. And I knew that I can't be there with the audience because it will miss the point of an escape into a room. It will create the other effect. I knew that being inside alone gives me the intimacy I needed to be relaxed and to escape. So I wanted to keep that feature, and that's what led me to develop the code door system. And then I came up with the idea that you can send an email and you get an automated reply with the door code and entrance instruction. The email is also a system that keeps the anonymity of the audience, but it leaves me an opening to invite them to performances or to let people know if there's a new installation in the room. The automated system also allowed me to be open through COVID since it's an automated system and you don't meet anyone in the process. It's just you and your capsule, you alone, you with a friend or a very small group of friends. This system also allowed me to listen and to understand that the place should be open 24 hours. Since I don't need to be it and it's totally automated, there is no reason why the place can't be open 24/7. I call the installations presented in the room listening installations, not only because they are based on sound, but because they are based on listening. Sometimes when I speak to audience that I knew that were in the room, they tell me that they've been there for 20 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, and just listen, immersed in the room sounds. So it's not only a room that was developed through listening, it's also a place where the audience can expand and build their listening skills. My dream is to open such room in every city in the world, because I believe it's not just an art gallery or a non-profit place. It is a public space where every big city with noisy and aggression should have an outlet for people to breathe. Thank you very much.